Hello and welcome to the Knitmancy podcast. I am your host, Valentina, and I am coming at you from just south of Richmond, Virginia. You can find me on my various social medias linked down or listed down below. And yeah, I guess we should jump into things. And we'll go from there. So, I still didn't get the socks finished. However, I am on the toes. So, these are the Mountain Mama socks. The pattern is by Create and Bloom. Yes, that sounds about right. And the yarn is Stress Knits yarn on her favorite base in Palm Lines, Dahlia, and Mountain Mama. Not that you could tell what colors any of this are. There we go. So there's Palm Lines, which is a creamy base with a lot of like very subtle pink. Dahlia, which is kind of this mahogany reddish brown color. And then Mountain Mama, which, as I have described previously, is a nice, like, neutrally green color. Kind of a foresty, neutrally green. Oop, there you go. You see my little bear? That's where I was last time, and now I'm onto the toes. So these will probably have a little post on Tumblr tomorrow. If I get them done. Which I don't see why I shouldn't. Unless I just don't knit, which happens because I can't knit with the dog around. So, on to my other work in progress. I have done some sewing this past bit of time, and I have worked on my stays project. So, I held it up wrong. So stays are a form of garment, kind of the predecessor to like a proper corset. So they did that whole thing of they held the body and they supported the breasts and they helped smooth the body, not necessarily reduce. They didn't force your body into a very specific thing because they're very limited on what you can do with it. But they would help form the body the same way that Spanx do today. Really, like that's probably going to be the closest thing I can equate to. So while you might have gotten some reduction, like it wasn't going to take you down to a 16-inch waist or something stupid ridiculous like that. So I have the outside fully sewn together. I have my lining fully sewn together. I have started, it's a lot easier to see them on this side, my boning channels, which you can tell just I can't sew straight to save my life apparently. Also, I didn't draw these out fully, but as you can see, I don't mind you looking at the inside here, I have started drawing in all of my other boning channels and other lines that I need to sew on, as well as, let's do this way, right here, I have where I'm supposed to cut because stays flare out over the hips because that helps, it helps create that. This is 18th century. Sounds about right. So thinking like American Revolution type stuff. And this is just one type of stays. These will be back lacing. So I have, everything is just pinned in place right now. There is the opening in the back, and eventually there will be eyelets, and it will lace in the back. The shoulders are also secured with ties. And what else do I have to say? What else can I do to explain? Oh, I started putting some... I'm using zip ties as my boning because it's so fancy here. I've started putting in some of my zip ties, so it's got some of that structure around the front. So the silhouette, grab my knitting so I can sit here and work on these. The silhouette was much more, it's not the very dramatic kind of tiny waist, huge like court gown thing that you think of in the Victorian era, or the ball gown where it's just like a cupcake. It's more, and it's, I wouldn't call it like, I think the term is natural form. It's not really that, because you still have to have kind of the shape. Does that make sense? Right? So the way that these stays in particular are with the shoulder straps, because there are ones without the shoulder straps, forces your shoulders back, so it's more of kind of like, I don't do hard labor sort of thing. Oh goodness, I am animated today. Oh boy. But yeah, so it helps form the body, or it helps shuffle the body and smooth out the body to where you would look proper in like an 18th century gown. Potentially even earlier. Yeah, because I studied 19th century. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and keep waving them around, because the more I do that, the more I risk stabbing myself with a pin. But I've been working on those. I need to finish getting the boning in this. Oh, it won't sit up here. It's going to sit lower. But put the boning in there. Yeah, it's not about reduction. It's about support and smoothing the body the same way that people wear Spanx now, right? You wear Spanx, it smooths you out. Depending on how the Spanx are designed, they might provide some support. That's really how corsets were. That's how stays were. It was all about the support. It was about getting your body to start in the shape that you wanted it to be. And if after you put on your corset or your stays, it wasn't the shape you wanted it to be, or the shape that was desirable, you would just put padding. You would essentially just stick pillows where you wanted them. Given they're not as thick as pillows, but you would still, like, you would have a bum roll, or you would pad out your chest if you weren't quite busty enough, right? Or if you had gaps, you would just pad it, is fine. So I mean, I don't know. I'm having fun with that. They're not historically accurate in the slightest. I don't expect them to fit exactly like historical stays, and that is fine. And yeah, so those are pretty well off. Just quickly on the fabric. The fabric is like a quilting cotton, and then duck canvas. There's 2 layers of duck canvas being used to help stiffen it, and then some mystery woven cotton, probably like cotton broadcloth, to be honest. And white for my lining. So the white won't be shown, this green one will be shown. And I'm hoping that they feel good, because I have 1,000,000,001 issues, and you know, having something feel good and provide support that I need is probably just going to delight me. So it's been a week and I didn't get any knitting done, or I got that much knitting done. I'll probably move my bear after this because I'm sitting here working on these, or after this little chatty section. So I have run through everything. Oh, there is a doodly-doo on the floor. Oh, I should probably mention next up, I'm probably going to be working with this from Yarn Hero, their color mix sock and radioactive, to make a little top. And as for socks, probably going to go with Flowers for Yasha from Chromatic Yarns on her sturdy sock base. I have them sitting right there and they're so delightful. Of course, I also want to work on a Weekender light, but we'll work on that when the time comes. We will get there eventually, probably. So, what have I been doing? So let's see. I record on Thursday, post on Friday. Friday, I had my bachelorette party. You use the term party very loosely here. We went to an escape room and it's all themed around the Richmond Vampire, which was really cool. We did get out. We didn't run out of time, thankfully. It's the first ever time doing an escape room. It was glorious. And let's see. I think I did something. Then Saturday, I made a trek, a 3-hour drive, which turned into more like a 4-hour drive from here all the way up to Maryland to go visit one of my friends for a little graduation get-together party thing. That was real nice. Just sat and shot the shit with everyone. Yeah. I think that's where we're at currently. I have something that will eventually arrive. Probably it's set to arrive in the next few weeks. Because Etsy tells me I can review it on the 20th, so sometime in the next 2 weeks, I have something big coming in the mail, so maybe I'll do a little bit of talking about that. Maybe a little maybe I'll have a clip of me like unboxing and putting it together. We will see. We will see, and we will talk about that when the time comes. What is my hair doing? And because I record these on the Thursday, it's about to say on the 20th, on the Thursday, and I post them post them and set them to go live on Friday. I'm going to go to an interest meeting for a haunted trail sort of thing today, which I'm very excited about, little anxious about, but that's work that I enjoy doing. I mean, I'm the type of person that would do really well in kind of an entertainment field in general, but you know, that's the kind of work I like to do. I like to scare people. Sounds funny to say that, but like I do. I enjoy helping people revel in the time that is Halloween. So I think I'm gonna go. And I think there were a couple of things I wanted to goof around and do today, because the interest meeting is at 6. Yes. And so I had to pick up Sean and drop him off, and you know, so I'll have to pick him up this evening, which means I won't be streaming as long today. My stream tomorrow should be the normal time, but we will see. Then I've got a birthday coming up in a couple of weeks. Well, okay. So I think I'm gonna go. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I know this is kind of short, but it happens. And I'd like to say until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, stay home if you can. And until next time, fare thee well.